video. Hello fellow wanderers and welcome to the dress video. I don't know what order I'm gonna be posting these in, but if you've watched my corset making video that may or may not be out, I kind of gave up partway through, and so I'm still at my giving up phase. So I'm just gonna start on the skirt because I'm lazy and I just want to be done with this thing. So I'm gonna keep working on the bits that are easier to work on. You may be able to tell I'm in a new location from normal. I'm still in my room. My desk is still over there, but it currently looks like this and I'm unwilling to clean it because I'm lazy.
Obviously, I didn't give myself anything to work with, but we're starting with the pattern. Cutting out patterns is one of my least favorite things in the whole wide world. So this was a lot of suffering, but I found a new YouTuber who I liked, so I spent a lot of time watching her. She's having a baby soon. It's very exciting. I don't really have anything else to say other than, holy cow, I spent a lot of time cutting out these patterns. It took me like an hour and a half, I think. That's been like cut down into this like 48-second clip. I would have put music for you, but I feel like there needed more explanation than just like chop chop. I don't know. I also love yabbering, so that's part of it.
I am so tired and I cannot express how much I do not want to do this, but I was journaling for a break and I realized that I have less than a month to get this thing done.
Cutting into this purple fabric was terrifying. I also decided to actually read the instructions for once, which was super helpful and saved me a ton of fabric and a ton of time. But I still really hate cutting things out, even if it's fabric instead of pattern pieces.
As it turns out, my reading comprehension skills are subpar. I didn't realize I had to attach 3 bits together, and so I just want you to suffer with me / see how much I'm gonna, look how tiny those stitches are. I'm gonna have to rip all of them out because I'm a dum-dum. Ugh. I didn't realize I had to attach all 3 together, but I have done that. And then, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a stitch across the top to keep it from stretching so that the pleats stay where they're meant to be. I can see how this is going to become a skirt, and that is so incredibly exciting. Huzzah! Like, I'm doing this thing. It's happening. I'm making a dress. It is a little, I don't know if you saw me in previous clips going like this. It's see-through. I'm wearing white undergarments, so I'm hoping that it's gonna be okay. I feel like Linus with his baby blanket. Dragging it around everywhere with me. Anyways. Huzzah. Nope, it's at the outside.
Huzzah time. I was gonna use that sheep at first, and then I switched to using pins because it made way more sense. I did this for so long. It was exhausting.
It took me 17 minutes to do pattern number 17. It's the pleating guide. Sorry. I don't know why standing up and sitting down while sewing is so exhausting. Anyways, you take the solid line to the dotted line. And to mark that, the dotted lines, I left the pins, slightly out. And then on the solid lines, they're pushed all the way in.
Pleating is another one of those activities that I don't really love because it's just kind of difficult, and if you do it badly, it looks terrible. But I'm pretty proud of how I did on this one.
I did belatedly realize that I've pretty much just sewn these pins in, and so it's going to be very difficult to get them. Oh no, I can just put them through the top. Never mind. And taking out was difficult, but honestly only took wanted to demonstrate what she might look like with my panniers, which I still haven't finished. They're laying in here somewhere, probably on my mess of a bed, but oh well. But obviously there's gonna be some other things going on, but like, oh, this hurts my hands, but it's a skirt, like it's happening. Observe, look how nice my pleats look. I'm like a little obsessed with them. Ugh, look at them. These ones are not all super even. I think these ones look a lot better. But I'm just so excited.
Now I'm doing
like,
the pleating for the
This
back
is
side
the
of
main
this
outfit.
skirt, like the back half. It went so much faster this time because I knew what I was doing.
What a mess this is if you don't organize it at all. So I will be folding these guys out, and then I think I'm gonna go iron the top once they're sewn, even though it doesn't say that. Ironing is typically good. Makes things lay flat, which will be good because this is kind of a lot. I'm gonna do some thread trimming, which you should always try and do throughout the project rather than all at the end, because you're bound to miss a few somewhere at some point. I feel like half of sewing is just trimming threads. This section is not bad. I didn't have very many sewing machine mishaps, so I didn't have to start several times in the middle of the skirt. But I know on the other skirt chunk there's some issue parts. This is scary to me how flimsy it is, but oh well. Anyways, let's get on to connecting my two skirt bits together. What? In true me fashion, I elected to ignore some of the markings on the patterns, and now I am very confused because I have these two pin marks I made, each one representing something else. Different things. Don't remember what they're for. I looked at the pattern. Pattern makes no sense. So anyway, the most recent instruction that I was given by my cutesy little pamphlet was to attach the two skirt bits together, leaving room for pockets and tying, which is kind of scary. Like, this is happening? Hello? So we're right sides up on this side, and then right side down on this side. Excuse me, on this side. And then do my pin marks match up anywhere? That is the true okay. I'm gonna call that a match. Oh. I'm definitely gonna call that a match. And okay, on this side there are no extra pin marks, so who knows what previous me was thinking, but I did do a good job of making these pin marks even. Huzzah! I seamed up the pocket/entrance holes, and so all I have to do now is add the tapes, like the ties that will tie it onto my body, onto the front and back, and then hem the bottom, and then add decoration if I so wish. However, what I'm hearing is that it's time for the official, what I'm calling the official first try-on, even though it'll probably look totally different once I'm done. Anyways, here is, oh, this shirt is not entirely helpful in my doing of this. Oh, there's some up there too. Gosh, that was complaints about I was using my pen and it spat all over me. Also gonna try and reduce bulk at the waist. The pants aren't coming off, I promise. And so this will tie on, I'll have one that ties around the front here, and then this bit will tie around the back, and then, oh, my hand doesn't quite span how far it needs to go to hold both of these onto me. But I can root around and I'm still gonna have a pocket. Huzzah. I cut each of the pieces a little bit longer than they were supposed to be. Oopsies. Okay, on this one a lot longer. But for example, I'm going with the size 4. I cut it on the size 6 instead so that I could burn my edges, which seals them in because it's polyester, aka plastic, aka trash. But that's okay. I'm unwilling to pay for silk ribbon. And also I don't know where to source it from at the moment, which would make this harder for me. So this one's definitely too long. This one's probably a little too long, and it's been factory burnt, so it's way neater than what I'm gonna do. But that's okay. It's a little ugly, but you're probably not gonna see this in the final garment anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go iron this in half. Okay, not quite in half. Slightly less than half, so that when I sew it, hold on. I'm gonna iron it like this, so that I can sew it on this side, but the bottom side I know will be I'll sew it on this side so that I know that the other side is catching. Yes. I ironed my ribbon in 2. However, I think to fit, because it's only like 1 inch ribbon, maybe less than that, and I don't think there's gonna be too much fluff. So I'm gonna trim off this and I'll cut it to the seam and then attach the ribbon. She's done, or as done as she's going to be for this video, at least. I hemmed the bottom, as you just saw. Oh, shoot. Hello. I've not cleaned up yet. I'm kind of still reveling in my success. I am planning on having a big sewing day tomorrow as well. So, ideally, my corset video will come out before this. Realistically, it won't. I think I'm going to do a video at the end, kind of my last installment, if you will, where I decide if I want to add the decorations, which would be more historically accurate. But I'm just so impressed with myself with this that I kind of just want to leave it here. Obviously, the shirt is not historically accurate. However, I have these nice pockets, and if I put my little hands up in my little skirt, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. I don't know how much of this you can see or how much I'm flashing you, but I'll just show you here. I did a rolled hem. I'm being dumb, this is not a rolled hem, this is a full double folded hem. A rolled hem is much smaller and you have to hand fell it down. Shorten it more later. But there's also a few other things, if I have time, I would love to make, like another petticoat. it feels a little scandalous to just only be wearing my chemise and this. You would traditionally have at least one. Most modern historical costumers tend to err on the side of not enough. But I've seen testimonies? I don't know. I've seen people saying that their grandmother had told them, oh, I never left the house without 4 petticoats because that would just be immodest, and I am not an immodest person. So I would love to do a petticoat, but that would require me to go get more fabric, which I do not have the time for at the moment. So we shall see. Depending on how the rest of the weekend goes in terms of sewing, I'm really enjoying just like fluffing this about. I don't know if you can, how much of it you can see, but anyways, I'm really enjoying this. But and yeah, I'd love to have a petticoat. A hat of some sort would be nice. My original plan was to do finger waves, but I don't think my hair is going to be quite long enough in 2 weeks when my prom is to do that. And I don't really want to do like a maid cap because that feels wrong. What's she wearing in this? Yeah, she just kind of has a lacy little hat happening. And I personally am not a fan of the lacy little hat. So we shall see. But I'm gonna go flounce around my house in this. It doesn't spin, like if you spin around in circles, because it's not circly, it doesn't do very well, which is somewhat to be expected. Like it gets some air, but it doesn't really circle. Oh, I'm dizzy. Holy cow. But yeah, she's done. I did a thing. Huzzah. I think I said huzzah more than anything else in this video. I'm sorry this is coming out a little late. I'm gonna be posting it in like 10 minutes. I just have to add this little bye-bye clip in. The skirt's done, but the panties are not. This is what she looks like right now. This is what she's looking like if I put my hand in and pretend it's a pannier. I'm very, very excited. I do only have a week left, which is terrifying, but I think I can do it. I'm well into making the coat portion as of right now. So, I think I can do it. Anyway, with that, goodbye.